Alright, it's me again, Christopher Althouse. Sorry about episode 1. YouTube screwed some stuff up. So, bye bye episode 1. Thank you, YouTube. Done scrapped it on me. Thank you. Um, episode 1 had in it basically just really wasn't a whole lot important anyway. Just the fact that this is a new vlog and I'm trying to get things started, so call What Do You Like? I always invite you to feel free to comment. Episode 2 has been cut a bit short again by YouTube for some odd reason. So consider this to be a reprise of episode 1 and also continuing episode 2. In episode 1, I was just pretty much stating the fact that for people over there in Egypt, what's going on, been watching what's been happening in your country over the news. Excuse me. And we are praying for all of y'all, and we're also praying that our people, American people, that are over there can make it back over here safely. And then also, I also told you about a website that I found accidentally called Django, JANGO.com. I found that website accidentally one time. I told you about how it's a wonderful website to go to and sign up for if you like music. It's a music website. It's an internet radio website. You set up a internet radio station, and it works pretty good. It works pretty well. I have a couple of stations on there. One of them, Best of Oldies. I really like it. It set up very well for me. I like the music on it. And then the last thing I mentioned in that episode was the fact that also another thing that I personally am into is Doctor Who. Just kind of asking all of y'all out there if you have seen any of the Matt Smith episodes, if you have some way for me to get a hold of one of them on the internet, know where to look for one online, let me know. I'd like to watch some of his episodes. The only one I've seen so far is A Christmas Carol, and it's a shame. But the first Matt Smith episode that I've seen so far is the last one of his current season. That's pretty much a quick summary of episode 1. So even though episode 1 is gone, there it is. You have it again. And then what YouTube cut off from episode 2, I was getting into there after the 8-minute mark of episode 2. I was getting into this report on Fox News channel. Here it is in my formerly nicotine-stained fingers. Fox News report right here. Hawaii Rights Commission to review mandatory tips for foreign language diners. I'm not going to be able to remember to quote word for word while I report, but I'm going to try and give you the best rundown I can give you. Honolulu. A restaurant has attracted the attention of the Hawaii Civil Rights Commission with a notice that will add a 15% gratuity to checks of patrons who don't speak English. The warning is in fine print on the menu at Keone by Keo's. The menu also says parties of 6 or more will be charged the same amount. The Rikiki restaurant told KITV that its customer base includes many international travelers who, by custom, do not tip. The restaurant says it is merely trying to help its customers and wait staff. Okay. Should be able to see the text right there. Alright. About 17% of the nearly 7 million tourists who visited Hawaii last year were from Japan, where people do not leave tips in restaurants. Okay. Bill Hishijo, I'm not going to read the entire report here. I'm just giving you a quick rundown. Bill Hishijo is executive director of Civil Rights Commission, and apparently he thinks it's discrimination. He says here on this report, and I quote, "Discrimination based on language is ancestry discrimination." And there it is. In his words. And I'm sorry if it appears backwards on your screen, but I'm going now to using what feels most comfortable for me. I'm using the webcam based actually on the computer that I'm using rather than YouTube. So, you know, I'm sorry if things look backwards on your screen. It just is what it is. But basically, and you can find this report on foxnews.com. It's right there. I thought it was kind of hilarious myself. You know, us here in America, restaurants here in America, we leave tips. That's how our money gets made over here. That's how our wait staff makes their money. If you come here to America, you leave tips. It's like you should be speaking English. You should be leaving tips. If we go over to your country and you don't leave tips, we're not going to leave tips. But if you come here, leave a tip. And it is placed on there in black and white, essentially, on the menus. And it also says on here that the Keone by Kyo said the gratuity charge is printed in red on the customer's check and is explained when the customer pays at the register. The restaurant said if the customer does not want to pay the gratuity, then they simply don't. So it's not even mandatory. They're not even making them pay this tip. They're just asking it. I thought it was pretty laughable myself. I mean, this is just what the liberals are trying to do to the private sector. And this is how we run businesses here in America. And the liberals don't like it. But there it is. Again, as I said, feel free to comment. And give me any suggestions. This is what do you like. So if there's something that is on your mind that you want discussed about, leave a comment, leave a video response. I'll look into it. And I'll do the research on it. I'll do the fact checking, and it'll be discussed. But go ahead. Feel free to communicate with me. I'll communicate back to you. This is Christopher Althouse. What do you like? Signing out.